Hi Tribe, Anna here, creator of Power to Promotion programs and live event series. And as I promised to you, I will be giving you answers to your career related questions this week. So I already had first 12 questions from you posted from all over the world, actually, not just from London. And I have grouped them into series of questions that are related to each other. So without further ado, I'm going to be starting. So this career questions and answers week for you, if you are feeling stuck in your career, if you want to really move forward and something is stopping you and you don't understand what it is, and you went to some live events, trainings, leadership trainings, you read books about self-empowerment, you even have a mentor and nothing is working. So these kinds of questions and answers to them and some guidance are really going to help you understand why are you not moving forward and how to move forward faster. So let's start with reading the first group of questions, and you can grab a pen and paper and to start writing it down, because I will be asking you some questions here as well for you to do. And you're welcome, if you haven't already, to ask me questions that are relating to you and your career challenge that you're struggling with right now, so I can help you next week. Okay, this week. So the first question is, how do I know when I should ask for promotion, and how do I ask for it in a way that builds a really strong case but doesn't feel too demanding? I've related it to these next two questions because I want you to notice one thing. When I'm reading these questions to you, try to picture this person who is asking this question in your head, and try to feel, how does this person show up at the place of work or in life? I just want you to start noticing this, so start being more engaged. Second question, can you please show us some tactics or tools to better assess my skills and abilities for the next promotion, to help me better understand if I am ready or if I'm just overly ambitious? Third question is, can you please show us some tips and tricks to have an effective conversation with my bosses and management to get that promotion moving? I am terrible at this. So basically, these are three questions that I grouped into answering today straight away. Because remember, I asked you, what is it that you start feeling about this person, these people who are asking these questions? The first thing that I feel as a professional and as a coach is that the people asking these questions are lacking self-trust, self-belief. Because they are focusing on, how do I get what I really want without hurting, endangering, looking a certain way in front of other people. So they are concerned so much about how do they show up in other people's eyes. And not just how do they show up in other people's eyes, but they are really concerned about, if I ask for my promotion, will I bother this person, my boss or HR or anybody? And so how do I really overcome bothering these people? This is what these questions are actually asking. How do I get what I want without bothering people? So this is something that is coming through really strongly. And I will answer this question for you. Also, you're asking some tactics, tips and tricks on how to have more effective conversations, how to access your skills and abilities, and how to and when to ask for promotion. Now, in regards to assessing your abilities and some tips and tricks on how to negotiate, you can get these of anybody on the Google research and searches. There are so many articles, books, and written about this skill that you can get, some strategic ways. But the first thing that you have to understand is none of this is going to help you. No tips or tricks on how to negotiate, no tips or tricks when and how to ask for promotion, no tips or tricks on how you actually can ask without bothering people are going to help you if you do not understand the first thing about yourself and who you are. Why are you in this field of work? Why are you in the sector that you're in with? What are your visions about your place in this world, and how you're bringing your talents and your valuable creativity to this world through the field of work. So what you need to understand is, first thing is first. Number one, get really serious about being successful in a career, because so many people are asking me, and I address this into my past videos, can you please give us some tips and tricks and tools? Yes, I can, and I do. But then I give this to people, and then they tell me, well, I didn't use them, or I didn't, really know how to use them, or I had the opportunity, but, I was too intimidated, or, I know these are great, but I just honestly don't feel why I should use these tips and tricks. So the first thing, please, to understand is you have to get and understand deeply who you are as a human being, what are you doing here on earth, and how are you projecting these talents of yours that you brought with you as a human being into the field of work. I will keep on repeating this until it sinks into your head, that because this is the basic step 0 out of 10 that you need to make to actually create a successful career. Every single person out there that is hugely successful, and you can think of some for yourself, and knew what is it that they wanted to do, and they loved it. They loved being who they are and expressing this talents and creativity through the field of their own work. So if you're just concerned about, how do I get more money because I want to pay my bills and I don't care where I work, as long as it's okay-ish for me, it's not going to work. At the recent mentoring circle that I had for corporate women just a couple of weeks ago, they were asking me something about the promotion, how to ask their bosses for promotion, how to go up, how to access and evaluate themselves, exactly the questions that were there. And we, sort of landed on a question of how to be resilient while all of this is going on, because we are surrounded with stresses everywhere. And again, I'm asking you, who are you? When you were choosing a university, how many of you really loved their choice of university? How many knew that they're just meant for this university and is going to bring them education that you need to actually make it happen for yourself? How many of you actually knew this? And you know what? I asked people to raise their hands, and nobody raised their hand. And I said, number one rule of succeeding, getting promoted, negotiating is to have this passion and fire inside of you for what is it that you are doing. That's number one. If you don't have it, I suggest that you start from step 0 and find out what is it that you want really, truly. Because it's not too late. I switched my career when I was 42. I switched then when I was 35, and I was switching and switching until I found out where I truly belong. It's never too late. You have a long life ahead of you. So you really need to choose something that is deeply resonating to you. And when you do that, you will not be asking me for any tips or tricks at all. You'll be telling me, Anna, I am so empowered right now. I want to do this, that, and that. Can you help me? Do you know somebody who's interested to help me? This is what you're going to be saying. You're not going to be caring if I'm eating my breakfast or I had a really bad day. You will come to me and say, I have really great news. I have a fantastic idea. This is how you're going to be behaving. And this is the second thing you have to understand, is how to create your empowerment triad. And I talked about the triad in my previous presentations and live events and the videos, because it's a crucial thing for you to understand how to quickly empower yourself no matter what your circumstances. So what is the triad? Let me teach you something today so you can use it for yourself. And this actually is answering all of these questions before. Tips and tricks and tools that you can use to evaluate yourself, your skills, and how to ask, for being like for the promotion without being overbearing, if that's what you care about, and how to be more confident about that, and how to have more effective conversations. So believe it or not, this is it. So imagine yourself in the state that you are every single day at work. What is it, that you're thinking about? What is it you're worrying about? Are you happy? Are you energized, engaged? Or are you stressed out, worried about getting fired, or whether or not you're going to have money to pay your bills, or what did that colleague do on the project? Did they really deliver? When your boss summons you up in the office, what is the first thing that comes into your mind? Is it like, oh my God, they're calling me because they really loved what I'm doing? Or is it that, oh my God, I'm going to get fired? What is it for you. Write it down. Right now, I want to know what's in your head. What are you focusing on every single day? Then I want you to write down every single day when you go to work, what is the language? What is it that you're saying to yourself when you make a mistake? What is it that you're saying to yourself when the boss summons you into the office? What are you saying to yourself when you have another meeting? And another meeting? And what are you saying to yourself when you come home and somebody's inviting you to go to a social event? What is it that you're saying to yourself? Like, oh yeah, I can't wait. I'm full of energy. I have even more energy to burn. Or you're saying, oh my God, I'm exhausted. I had a really stressful day. I just want to curl up on the sofa, have some munchies and watch some relaxing TV program. What is it you're saying to yourself? I'm wasted, or I'm energized, or what is it? Write it down, the first thing that comes into your head. What is it that you say to yourself every single day? So I want to know what you're focusing on, what are you saying to yourself, and also I want you to notice your body language. So how do you walk? Are you walking like this, shoulders back, your head high, and you're walking to the office full of energy, fast pace? Or is it like you're really relaxed and you're smiling, saying hi to everybody in the office? Or is it like, I've got another meeting, I don't know what's going to happen with this project, it's like that idiot again taking my cup, blah, 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 blah. I have a really stressful situation with my boss later on. It's like I've got another meeting to get to, I'm going to be late. How does your body respond to your everyday stresses or energizing events? Because I don't know you, but I do suppose that you are stressed more than you're energized if you're in this group at this question. So I want you to notice, how are you standing? How are you sitting? Are you sitting like this? Or are you sitting like this? Is your head down? Where are your eyes when you're focusing on your day, on your stresses of your day? When you're saying things that you're saying to yourself, where are your eyes when you're saying, oh shit, my boss is calling me to the office. I'm gonna get fired. Or you're saying, my boss is calling me to the office. He or she really likes, my project. They want to tell me about it. They want to ask me for more help. So how are you, where are your eyes? There, on the floor, or are they straight ahead or under the ceiling? I want you to notice that when you're thinking and feeling and write it down. So why am I asking you to do this? Because right now we are evaluating your state. And your state is something that's going to be giving you positive or negative results every day at your office, in your career, the way you make decisions. Because remember, when you're in empowered state, when you jump around and you're saying, yes, I feel so much power and possibilities, and then I ask you to solve a problem, you will say, yeah, I can solve this problem. No, there's no problem. I can solve this. I can see solutions. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 solutions. I can do it. Or if I ask you the same thing and you're like, oh God, I'm so tired. My shoulders are hurting. I have a headache. I'm exhausted. I'm hungry. And they give you the same problem and you will say, oh, I don't think I can do this. Can I please go home? So this is the state. We are examining your state because there's a difference. If you're in empowered state, you're going to find solutions for anything. You're going to go to your office and say, look, this is me. These are my achievements today. Did you notice what I did last week? And your boss is going to say, no, I haven't, because I bet that you have never told your boss of your achievements. Did you send an email saying, look what I did. I have connected with this person outside of the organization. I think they can really contribute to our project. What do you think? Or you say, look, I have done this for you. I have connected the teams. I have finished this project, last week or 2 days ago. What do you think of this? Do you think this is good? Did you ever follow up and tell your boss what you're actually accomplishing or doing, or your achievements, your interest in the projects and the company? Did you ever do this? Or do you have a nasty habit of not mentioning your achievements whatsoever? So I bet if you are in stressed out triad or a state, that you would not even think of this. Or you would think that if I do this, I'm pushy, I'm bullying, I'm going to be annoyance to the boss. But let me tell you, when you're in empowerment triad, you want people to know of what you're doing and your achievements. So let's construct the empowerment triad, because we now focus a little bit on the triad, which is your body, the state of your body, like this or like that. Your focus, are you focusing on winning? Are you focusing on losing? And your language, is your language positive and encouraging and energizing, or is it full of stress and frustration, anger, whatever it is? So we're focusing on positive and negative. So now we sort of had a look at the negative, 3 elements of a negative, and the positive. The fastest way to change negative in any situation to positive is to use your body. If I'm going to teach you anything on this video today, it's this. Change your body physiology and chemistry. You're going to change your thinking, you're going to change your attitude, you're going to change how you show up in the field of work, in the place of work, at your work environment. That's why people go to the gyms, they go to the dance when they feel so energized. They're different, right? They're more connected to themselves, to the others. So let's create this person who is going to be so charismatic that your boss is always going to want to talk about your promotion. Why not? You're a valuable asset. You really are. So let's create this persona, state, or triad that actually shows to people around you that you are this person. Because I bet if you have these questions, you did not have much success in showing up the way you are right now. So the first thing is your body. How do people who are most charismatic show up? How do they walk? What is it that they sort of give off? What kind of frequency do they give off? And imagine what is it these people are feeling internally. So the body is probably like this. They're walking around with a smile. Their eyes are open and shiny, and they feel calm and yet energetic, right? So there's like something inside that you can feel. Most probably these people love what they do. And you know what? You can feel the energy of love. You know, you can feel the vibe. You're a human being. Most human beings can feel vibes. You know, when you walk into a room, you can tell if this group of people just had a huge fight, or did they just had a huge sort of like celebration and lots of like happy, you know, memories and shared between them and laughter. You can tell if it's like a dark and stressed room or like happy and uplifted room. You can tell. These are the vibrations that I'm talking about. Because how do you tell charismatic feeling? It's from the love that these people have to what they do and towards the people they're giving their value and talents and creativity to. So you need to build up this sense of love for yourself and what is it you give to the world. This is a first step to charismatic appearance, okay? So I want you to put down 100 things that you love about yourself, your qualities. Put this down and I want you to repeat it every morning. This is the basic thing. We start doing this, you're going to focus on your strengths and your body is going to start lifting up and you're going to be proud of who you are. And you're going to be smiling, saying, yeah, I have all these qualities. And with all of these qualities, I can help my projects, I can help my boss, I can help my teammates. Why not? So that's the first thing, the body. Another thing that you can do with your body is something really simple. You stand up like this. So I have to do this, you will not see me. And put your hands on the hips like that. And you spread your legs like in a wide stance, like you can see like Wonder Woman standing or Supergirl standing or some leaders standing, and stay like this with your head high, looking straight ahead or a little bit upwards for about 2 minutes. 2 minutes is needed for your body to understand that you are a confident person. Trust me, your chemistry is going to change of your body, which is going to influence your mind. Try it several times, not just once, several times, and see the change. The third thing you can do is to simply, in whatever state that you are in, stressed out and tired and worried, start shaking your bum. This strategy is called the attitude, right? And I learned this strategy from a great coach called Joseph McClendon III, who's like one of the big partners to Tony Robbins. And he said, I'm calling this, it's in Wikipedia as attitude. And what you do is like simply you do this. Yeah, you're shaking your bum like a Beyonce, woohoo! And you're just doing this and just watch what happens to your stress. When you start, you can do this in a chair. Honestly, I can't help but laughing every time I do this. It just really changes me instantaneously. Okay, so why am I telling you this? You might think it's silly, but it's a groundbreaking neurological strategy that has been discovered for about maybe like 20, 25, 30 years ago, is when you do these simple body movements, they change the chemistry of your mind, of your state, And this will help you project more confidence and charisma outwards in the world. So to answer these questions, like, yes, this is coming from people who are really in the state of the negative triad, which is disempowerment triad. So when you use these tips that I gave you today, you're going to switch into empowerment triad state. Confidence and charisma, and people will want to speak with you at any point. You don't have to worry about it. So you can be always a little bit more assertive to say, is my boss in a better mood before the lunch break or after? Usually it's during the lunch break, right? If they're really stressed out, they want to be left alone. You know your boss, come on. Usually after good food, so make sure they have a good food, you can talk to them about promotion. And why is that? Because of the chemistry, of energy. So again, we're talking about these things. These are just little strategies that you can use. All right, so you have change your triad into empowerment, shake your bum, jump around, do the like leadership pose. Think of yourself as a loving, talented, strong human being. Put 100 of your qualities on a piece of paper, read them every day. Program yourself to know who you are at your best. And then you just ask for anything. All right, but I bet that you're going to start seeing the changes in your behavior, in the way that you solve problems as well, and you'll be so much easier for you to actually ask for promotion or assess your values. But this is like 100 qualities. Why not? This is assessing your skills and abilities. And you're going to have a more effective conversations when you choose little strategic times when you have these conversations. So this is just the first sort of group of questions that I grouped into one to show you how you can quickly switch to one to another to empower yourself to get whatever you want. So I hope this has been useful. If you have any comments, please post them below. If you have questions or that you need some clarification on the strategies, ask them as well below, and I will be answering them personally. Okay, so until the next question, be brave and be kind and create the world that you will love to live in. Mwah. Bye.